Hi guys, welcome you all. In today's class, let us see powers and functions of the Parliament. Here we see the legislative powers, administrative powers, financial powers, judicial powers, power to amend constitution, and after that we see many other powers. Now let us begin with the legislative power. The main function of the Parliament is to make law. It can frame law on subject, mention it in central list. The financial bill is presented only in the Lok Sabha. The other bills can be presented in either houses, but the bill became law only after the proper discussion and approval by both the houses. When there is a disagreement between the houses regarding a bill, the President may call for the joint session of the Parliament and solve the matter. After both the houses passes the bill, it is forwarded to the President for his approval, after which it became law. Here in the legislative functions, we see that Parliament is make the law. The financial bills are presented only in the Lok Sabha. The other bills can presented in either houses, but the bill became law only after the proper discussion and approval by both the houses. When this disagreement between the two houses, on that time the President would call to the joint session of the Parliament and solve the matter. After the both houses passes this bill, it forwarded to the President for his approval, after which it will become law. Now let us move on towards administrative powers. In a parliamentary system of government, the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers form the executive. Here we see that the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers are form the executive. The Union Cabinet is accountable to the Parliament. The member of the Parliament asks a question which must be answered by the ministers. The member of the Parliament should ask the question which must be answered by the ministers. The Council of Ministers can be powered only as long as they enjoy the trust of a Parliament. Parliament has control over the executive. Those are all the fruitful information about the administrative power. Now let us move on towards the financial power. Lok Sabha exercises the total control over the financial matter of the country. Lok Sabha works under the total control over the financial matters of our country. The government cannot levy any taxes or spend any money without the approval of the Lok Sabha. The finance bill must be first introduced in the Lok Sabha. After being passed by the Lok Sabha, this bill goes to the Rajya Sabha for discussion. The Rajya Sabha can give certain suggestions and directions and also delay the giving it consent to bill for 14 days. If it does give it consent to the bill within the 14 days, it is taken for granted that Rajya Sabha has approved it. It is then sent to the President for his approval. Here we see that the Lok Sabha exercises works as a total control over the financial matters or financial power of our country. Government cannot use the taxes or spend any money without the approval of Lok Sabha. The first finance bill must be introduced in Lok Sabha. After the passing of Lok Sabha, this bill goes to the Rajya Sabha for only discussions. The Rajya Sabha can give certain suggestions or direction and also delay to giving it consent to that bill for 14 days. If it does give it the consent to the bill within a 14 days, it taken for a grant that Rajya Sabha has approved it. It is then sent to the President for approval. Those are all about the financial power. Now let us see judicial power. Both the houses of Parliament, they have the authority to remove the judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Though a motion of impeachment, they also have the power to discuss The finding of report related to the judiciary. In the judiciary area, we see that both the houses like Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, the parliament have the authority to remove the judges of Supreme Court and High Court. Those are all about the judicial power. Now let us move on. Power to amend the constitution. Both the houses of parliament have equal power to amend the constitution. The amendment bill can be presented first in either the houses. However, the approval of both the houses is required for the amendment. If the only houses approve for the amendment and other house does not, then the amendment not be carried out. In some cases, the approval of this state assemblies is also essential. Here we see that both the houses are work under the amendment of a constitution. They have the equal power. Here we see that the amendment bill can be presented first in the houses. However, the approval of both the houses is required. Approval of both the houses is necessary. If the only one house approved for the amendment and the other does not, then the amendment is not be carried out. In these cases, the approval of a state assembly is also essential. Those are all about the power to amend constitution. Now let us see other powers to frame the law relating to the power and jurisdiction of a Supreme Court and High Court. To establish one High Court for two or more states. To create a new state, rename them, or to determining the boundaries of the state. To discuss the report of committees like the Public Service Commission, Finance Commission, Election Commission, Backward Classes Commission, etc. To approve the declaration of emergencies like the national emergency, state emergency, and financial emergency. Those are all the other powers and functions of the parliament. In today's session, we have studies about the powers and functions of the parliament. In that, we study about the legislative powers, administrative powers, financial powers. After that, we see judicial powers and powers of amendment. After that, we see some other powers also. This is the end of this video. If you have any queries regarding this, comment below. Thank you for watching this.